Hey everybody, what's shaking? This is Swanky'K, and today I'm going to show you how to install Road and Track Presents Need for Speed 2nd Edition on a Windows 10 system. Basically, you need three things. Copy of Need for Speed, whether it's physical copy, or you can download it from myabandonware.com and mount that image as a virtual drive, or burn it, whatever your preference is. So a copy of the game, DOSBox, and UniVBE, and you can get it working. So anyway, I'm going to go through this real quick and show you what's what. It's essentially the same procedure that was used for Windows 7, but I figured I'd do an update, and so let's do this. So anyway, on your desktop, anyone's used to playing older games should be familiar with DOSBox at this point. So what I'm going to do, let's open DOSBox on console. There's a way to do this too by adding it. We're going to get to that, but in the meantime, I need to and then mount C:/C:/ backslash. Yeah, okay, whatever. So now that we mounted my C drive and my D drive, technically it's my F drive, but as far as DOSBox is concerned, it's C. It's going to install, so so from your D drive, type in installed execute. This guy right here, I don't know. Usually back there is like install, but it doesn't want to do that. So anyway, install. I'm going to pump up the DPI on my mouse. Okay. Therefore it doesn't feel, weird. Auto detect. Test that. Alright, that works. Done. Test video. Now this is going to look weird. Don't worry about that. We're going to fix that. The idea is basically it's trying to run, so that's fine. It doesn't render right yet because we have to install UniVBE, but first things first. Okay. Done. And we'll do a custom install, because this is not the late 1990s anymore. Hardware or storage is no longer a premium, so we can just install everything. Just keep things more efficient. So required art, we want showcase, speech, car slides, sure, all the way down. Okay, that's all of it, and then miscellaneous and dashes, and I believe that's it, right? Yep. Okay. Done. And done. Proceed with install. Yes. So now it's installing the game. And then when this part gets done, we'll go back into the DOSBox, like the script, and we'll make some edits. So A, it'll render right, run properly, and we just basically hit the DOSBox, execute, and it'll just pull it up. without having to remount it. You'll see. But anyway, because I used to play Dark Forces with DOSBox, but every time I wanted to play it, I would have to go through the whole song and dance. That was either before DOSBox had that functionality and before I was aware of it. Now I need to go back and try that sometime. Just because I haven't played Dark Forces in a while. Maybe I'll make that my next game, or maybe not the next one, but make it a video project again here one of these days. It's kind of overdue. It's fun. It's definitely dated, but it's it's a fun one to play. So let it do its install. I'm guessing, just a guess, that if I had a solid state drive in there, this might go a little quicker. Granted, I'm semantics. I mean, this is going pretty quick too, so I can't complain. Now, like these modern games, you have to download them, and it takes an hour or two to download it, and then it installs. This is back in the good old days where I had simple CD-ROMs, all the game. The problem is with these funner older games, it takes a little bit of tweaking to get them to play, because it's not like I'm running Windows 98 before, anymore. Granted, it kind of begs the question, maybe should I try and see if this works on a Windows 98 virtual machine? I don't know. Might work. Might not. The game shouldn't know any different, but sometimes what works in theory doesn't work in practice. So almost there. Okay, now at this point we can quit. And I'll type exit and boom. Okay. So, wow. So now the game's installed, but it won't run quite just yet. So here's what we're going to do. Do a couple things. Okay, so I talked about UniVBE. And that, I have that in the download folder. It is right there. I'm going to take that and copy that. And put that right in here, right in the Need for Speed folder it created. That's all you got to do is just paste it right in there. No big deal. Okay. So see that? C drive. There's the folder it created. And then UniVBE right there. So we're good. Okay. So install the game. Take your UniVBE app. Throw it in the folder as well. And then back to DOSBox. And when I want options. Okay, so first things first, let's go down to the bottom. And what we want is right here. So at this point, we're going to edit this, kind of what I did before, but so mount C colon, Need for Speed second edition. So we're mounting the drive as well as the directory. And we're also going to mount what it thinks is D drive as actually my F. So mount dash TCD ROM. Check. Okay. And now, C colon. Now that UniVibe's in there, C colon backslash UniVBE dot exe. Check. Another C colon backslash, and then just NFS. So that's to do. Mount your drives, and then of course tell it to execute the UniVibe, execute C drive, and then Need for Speed. Almost done. So when you get that, just take out any extra lines. We need to go back up here and change. There we go. DOSBox emulation series. We want to change this to, otherwise it won't render quite right. What we change it to, at least I change it to, that I have luck with, so it's just the ET4000. There's other things that are possible values, Hercules, CGA. The default one is this S3, which works for probably a lot of things. Doesn't quite, well, if you have, you can try it when you see it. But anyway, so change it to the ET4000. And that looks good. And that looks good. Okay, so we save this in our little notepad. Save that. And then what should happen next? All things being equal, you should just open up DOSBox. And there you go. 21 days, don't worry about that too much. You can go past 21 days and it'll still work. Let me full screen this real quick. Let me just calibrate this real quick just to get out of the way. Alright, so alright. I just basically obviously you can see I'm making a circle with one, I'm making a circle with the other. I tell you what, Need for Speed controller setup on, in my opinion, a thing like this is ridiculous. Having a real, now, I actually don't like many racing games, but if I did, I'd probably actually get a real steering wheel. It would be actually easier to do. But anyway, and there you go. Now it's working properly. See, UniVibe makes that all possible. So anyway, that's basically it. Pretty straightforward. Like I said, you just have to make sure, like I said, I install the game first with DOSBox without obviously editing the script options. Just makes life a little easier. Once I get the game installed, then the other thing to do, if you didn't want to do that, is just create a Need for Speed folder on your C drive, and then it knows what to look for. But you know what I mean by that is, you can preemptively create this folder before you install, because it'll look for that. That's why I just went ahead and installed it first, without setting everything up. But otherwise, everything's good. And if you're like me and have a save games data folder, you can put it in there. So anyway, that's basically installing Need for Speed. and then play away. So you can just exit that. And that's that. So anyway, hope you found this helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe to the channel if you're new and you haven't, because I intend to start putting out more original content. Whether it could be anything, games, how-tos, whatever. I like music, computer guy, IT, whatever. Just many, many interests. But anyway, hope you found this helpful. Like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.